Hi, Brie. Welcome to the KiTbetter Artist Lounge.
Thanks for having me. Good morning. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. We're here at South by Southwest, obviously.
Yeah.
You have your showcase tomorrow?
Tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight's the night,
Oh, my
baby.
God. Well, by the time you see this, it's not going to be tonight. But it will have happened,
Sadly.
and it will have gone perfectly.
Amazing. You guys missed out. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
New EP, Avocado Tree, out.
Yes.
I listened to the entire thing on the plane.
Yeah?
It's I feel like what Bruce Springsteen might call a pocket symphony, right? It's kind of like each song has its own sort of different piece of the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
And so I was thinking as I was listening to it, do you have how do you approach sequencing an album? Right?
Yeah.
Like when you're thinking about all the songs that you've been working on, when you're thinking about creating a full composition, like what is that process like for you?
Well, I mean, I think since we're here with Kit talking about albums, I should begin with just naming the fact that creating an album is the original intent of an artist, musician. When we write songs, we're wanting to tell a story. And my full album comes out May 8th, Matador.
Okay.
And these songs belong in Matador. So the label is kind of releasing these little previews to what I believe is the full like motion picture, like the actual movie.
Right.
So the sequencing for the songs for me always revolves around the album itself and the narrative that I'm creating in that album and the desire that I have to bring people into the story of that record, the landscape of that record. So that's kind of how I approach sequencing. And then, EPs are always a little bit tricky because you're just, like I said, you're giving people like
like a taste.
Yeah, like it's like that. This is the trailer to the movie. So I'm giving you a little trailer to the movie.
An incredibly eloquent answer. Thank you.
We're still waking up. We're still waking up. It's still morning here.
It's for this hour that you knocked it out of the park. For any hour. Well, this is good news that you've got a full album coming out.
Yeah.
Produced by David Vandervelde, right?
Yeah.
What's that like, working with him?
Oh, amazing.
Legend.
Yeah, he's incredible. Now, we've known each other since we were teenagers, actually.
What?
So, yeah, since high school. We've been playing together for a long time. And we have that rapport that often is so rare, where it comes with time, with having come up with somebody, having grown up with somebody, having been through like a lot of life with somebody. So by the time we get into the studio, it's effortless. He finishes my sentences musically, and I feel like it's a great privilege to get to work with him. It's ideal. So we share the same references. We're influenced by the same music, the same bands. We have the same instincts. So it's just delightful. It's like my favorite thing in the world is being in the studio with David. And
is he bringing in his own? Because so often his productions are like lush and almost like old Hollywood sounding productions.
Sure.
Is he sort of creating that with your band, or is he bringing in other players too, or like how does he build up these?
Yeah, it's really just David and I in the studio. It's just really just the two of us. But what will happen typically is I'll start up a demo and I'll do it, in my house. I'll get behind the drum kit. I'll do my shitty little bass lines. Like I'll sing parts in there. And I'll really tell him like, okay, I'm hearing these string parts, or like I really want like this lush orchestration, or I would love to have a horn section here. Like it'd be incredible if we could have that.
And he's building that up.
Correct.
Himself in the studio.
Well, and on this album in particular, I feel like we were incredibly fortunate because he brought in Kelly Pratt, and Kelly has done orchestration for so many great, amazing artists like St. Vincent and Father John Misty.
I was gonna say,
So having him involved was, it's like David, but on steroids with strings and horns and
what
incredible.
a treat as an artist to just be able to like have this palette to play with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've cried. I mean, I cry a lot in general, but listening back to the tracks and hearing, these string sections and these horn parts, like it really is a dream come true for me as an artist, because it's what we all want to do, is to make real something that we imagine inside of ourselves and to bring it to life, to the point where you can literally feel like you've really created a landscape that people can live in.
Yeah. Speaking of that landscape, obviously there's a lot of Americana influence in your music, right?
Yeah.
And I was wondering what that's like for you specific, because you went like when you left Madrid, how old were you?
12.
Oh, okay, never
Yeah.
mind then.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like coming from Spain.
Yeah.
Well, then let me reframe my question. Coming from Spain, what was your avenue for like identifying with that kind of music and sort of like getting into that track?
No, it's funny, and that's really that I feel like that's what I'm harmonizing is I'm harmonizing the landscape that I grew up in
Yeah,
Spain with the landscape that I
that's your spin on it.
Yeah, exactly. But in particular, my mom, I grew up listening to my mom singing harmonies to Harvest Moon, Neil Young.
Yeah,
And so I think her musical influences with like Neil Young and Fleetwood Mac, they're in my blood, they're in my body. So like that's
yeah.
kind of where I come at that. But also David and I both like, we just
The
I
same kind of nerd about the same
yeah.
kind of music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like where we kind of go is that space where we're like, all right. But I will also say that, on my first album, Maveo, Serge Gainsbourg was a huge influence, Francois
Mm,
Hardy, so it was like wanting to do some of that French New Wave, 60s, like
yeah,
kind of haunting, creepy
yeah.
orchestration, which David and I both
Of course,
also really
David is
love.
into that.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. No, we both are. We're both like creepy nerds. Like we're just
Yeah.
like, let's make this like a little bit haunting,
Yeah.
like l'histoire de Melody Nelson. Like let's make it really like
Mm.
dark and murder like.
I mean, it comes through
Yeah.
in the
Well,
best
thank
way.
you. That's the best thing to hear.
Yeah. What was the first album you ever bought? Do you remember?
Um yeah, I do. I bought two at the same time. So these are obviously not the first records that I grew up listening to because I inherited all of that great stuff from my folks, but so I was I was in middle school and I was living in the States and um I bought Alanis Morissette Jagged Little Pill
Mm.
and I bought I bought Mariah Carey, is it the Butterfly one? Like the one
Oh,
that has
yeah,
the
yeah, the one.
yeah, that one. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the combo of those was like weirdly what I purchased, but I had already inherited, like I was already listening to like Radiohead and Bjork. So
Yeah.
make sense of that what you will, but like
Well, no,
that
hearing your music, it all makes sense.
yeah, I think I loved the R&B, the melodies and the pop of Mariah and I loved Alanis's edge and her like
Yeah.
her rage and
Yeah.
her fearlessness. Yeah.
This is the dichotomy of you.
Hey, you know what? Maybe I never really thought about that before, but I guess they're both in there.
Yeah. And in your current solo career, does physical music play a part in that? Like, and how so?
Yeah. That's a really important question. I feel like there's nothing quite like the physical experience of making a record.
Yeah.
So I feel like we forget this that the act of creating is physical because we're physical beings. Like we are actually embodied human beings. Music doesn't come from a vacuum. It comes from our bodies and our voices and from resonance and from instruments that resonate.
Yeah.
And so the entire act of creativity is a physical process. So when a fan buys my album and buys it on vinyl and they
Yeah.
come up to me and they ask me to sign it, like I feel so much more
The
connected.
circle is complete.
It is. And
Yeah.
I'm handing something physical, which again, I take a lot of pride in thinking through the visuals for my music.
Yeah.
Like I've been saying, I picture my music like a movie. So then I
Yeah.
want to bring that to light, not just in the visuals that we do for social media and whatever, but especially for the photography that's
Yeah.
going to live on this album that people are going to associate with that movie forever.
Yeah.
So I take a lot of pride in wanting to create that and gift my fans a physical thing that's part of me, and it feels like then it's like now part of their world, part of their physical world.
Yeah.
So I think it's crucial, and now more than ever, I think there's a real hunger for real material,
There is.
tactile connection.
Yeah. Absolutely. And on that note, that's our mini interview. Thank you. Thank you so
On that
much. Brie.
super deep, heavy note.
No, listen, you like, for no coffee,
Yeah.
for no coffee
All
or
right.
for coffee.
Okay. Well,
Even if
thank
you had had
Yeah.
coffee, this would be a great interview.
Well,
So
thank you very
thank
much.
you for being here.
Thank you for having
We're
me.
looking forward to your showcase tonight.
Thank you.
And best of luck in the years to come.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thanks. Salud.